In my first video on this channel for my board game and the board game company, I teased the map of the world, and it's about time that I share what's hidden behind the map and all of the parts that are unseen. Let's do it. What's up, guys? MTG Jedi here. How you doing today? I made this video. I made a board game, and in that video I showed this image here of all of these different locations on the map, talking about how I had this map made, all of these different things. And now today, it's about time that we start talking about these locations in the world of Alaria. This is not just a board game, this is an IP. I have 3 games already planned. The first one you already know about, the Goblin King's Dungeon. And then we're going to talk about the other 2 games that are planned just a little bit today. You'll be hearing more about that in the future, but I want to show you all of the things on the map today. So let's jump right in. First of all, the middle of nowhere is not the middle of nowhere, it's Trade Haven. And in Trade Haven is basically a traveler's paradise where you are able to browse all of the wares of all of the merchants and traders from all across the land. And it is located on the way from the suspicious port town that we will get to later on the way to the Kingdom of Alaria. And it is located on the river, so it's an easy navigational time from the sea and the port town up the river to Trade Haven. And then there are caravans that go in between Trade Haven and Alaria. Next up, we have our Dark Castle down there. I talked a lot about the Shadow King and his rebellion, his army, the general, all of that stuff. I talked about that in the last video, and he is located fairly close to the Kingdom of Alaria, hence why it is such a big deal that he's being a pain in the butt. Next up, we have our suspicious port town, which is Seaspire. And Seaspire is filled with pirates, ruffians, and all sorts of shenanigans. I would say it's a little bit shady of a place, but there's also some good people that live there amongst the pirates and the brigands, what have you. There's definitely some black market trading that goes on there, but Seaspire will be the location of game number 2, and we will be bringing some pirates into action in game 2. I'm very excited about it. Once you know a little bit about Alaria Quest, the Goblin King's Dungeon, the gameplay is going to be very similar for the second game that takes place in Seaspire, and it will add in some new things, of course, to introduce new gameplay and new cards and all of that good stuff. Next up, we have the Stormcrag Mountains to the right, and that's where our Storm Lightning Dragon lives, and I mentioned him in yesterday's video as well. I also know that this area of the world is very hard to traverse, and most people do not go through there. There are dangers and threats yet to be discovered, but on the other side does lie some very interesting things that we will get into in just a moment. Next up, we have the Valewood, and below the Shadow King's castle is not really territory that has been explored yet. There are rumors and stories, fables from ages past of things that lie down there, but that has yet to be discovered. Possibly would be some things down there for a future game, and or my ideas to turn this into a D&D style campaign book from this setting that people could buy and utilize. If you are a person who likes writing D&D adventures or you think you want to try your hand at that, send me a message. I'm looking for people to collaborate with me on this. I know I'm going to hit up my dude Bront because he is such a talented guy. I'm sure he can help me with that. But in addition to that, if you want to get involved, message me in Discord. Let's expand the map, shall we? So we have our first game location here, which if you've been paying attention, you should know. Already planned game 3? Yes, I did. And it is going to be insane. Am I hiding even more of the map? Yes. Spoilers, yes. Um, I even put it on there twice. Show us the west. Okay. We'll get there. More map to the west as well. So, yes, the Goblin King's dungeon is up in the mountains. It's a mountain dungeon, a mountain stronghold, if you will, where all of the goblins and the Goblin King lives. That is the setting of the first game, and the main flavor of the first game is up in that area. Down here, we have our Den of Trolls, and one of the main races in Alaria are trolls. The trolls have different tribes, and they travel around the area, most of them anyway. One of the tribes is settled at the edge of the mountains, guarding the pass down there. So unless you have permission or a treaty or something, you can't get through to the other side of the mountains that way. I know you were wondering, so I'll tell you. Also, my favorite tribe of trolls are the troll archers that have 6-foot longbows that basically shoot spears. I've mentioned this on stream a couple of times in the recent past, and I definitely had to put that in here. There's a shamanic tribe as well that uses magic, whole bunch of stuff. There's going to be a little bit of the trolls mixed in. One of the boss cards for the Epic Boss Awakening expansion is going to be 3 of the troll chieftains. And there's going to be some troll stuff in game 3. All kinds of stuff with the trolls because I love them. Next up, we have the tomb. Oh man, the tomb is absolutely amazing. And that is where most of the like nighttime scary stories come from. The Tomb of the Forgotten. What lies in that ancient ziggurat that's been abandoned and overgrown over the years? No one knows. Okay, so maybe eventually we will find that out. Next up, we have the Dead Sands. And some things are happening in the Dead Sands to bring them back to life. That will be all covered in Game 3. And Game 3 is, obviously that's the location for it, but I can't really spoil a lot about it because the more I tell you about that, the more obvious it will be. But it is going to have completely different gameplay than either of the first 2 games. It is using a lot of the same ideas, but the way that you play the game is completely different, and I'm very excited about that. It's going to take a lot of testing to iron out the little details with that game. But I do have prototypes of game 2 and 3 already in my hands and ready to start testing. Once game 1 is out and good, then I can start focusing on those 2. Okay, but games 1, 2, and 3 already ready to go, and hopefully we'll be releasing games 2 and 3 in 2026. Both of them. That's my goal. Show us the West already, MTG. Show us the West. Okay. When we move over into the West, we have to cross the sea, and then there are some very interesting locations. You can see Sea Spire up there, and then there are some other amazing locations down here. The Shrouded Isle and Sea Spire are the 2 places that are the focus of game 2, but also we will visit the floating islands and the wildlands. All of that stuff is areas that we're going to cover in game 2. There's some shocking things that lie in wait over in those areas. I'm pointing to them on the screen with my cursor, but you can't see that. That's not how recording works. So anyway, there's a lot of hidden plot that is going on in the West, and I'm excited to reveal that. A little bit of that is hidden information for once you actually get the game, but some of it is not, and I'll be sharing that with you over time as well. But wait, isn't there even more to the map? Why, yes, there is. So here is the full map so you can zoom in on it and take a look. I hired an amazing artist to do the map, and I'm so thrilled. Now, I want to let you know as well, obviously the Kickstarter is coming soon, and you will be able to purchase a copy of the map. I'm having my printing company actually print the map as a poster, and I'm going to try to keep it as cheap as possible. I want it so cheap that you can't say no to getting one. And so that will be a part of the Kickstarter. I'm very excited to continue telling you more and more about the game. Let me know in the comments, what would you like me to make a video on about the game? And I will take that into consideration. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, let me know that in the comments and I'll give you a personal thank you. I've been answering every single comment as far as I know, whether that's from my main account or this account. I've been responding to every comment. So put a comment down there. Let's start talking about the game. And if you're here, you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time so you don't miss any key information. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.